to make a video about weighing yourself in recovery from an eating disorder. I want to share my opinion and my experiences with weighing myself, and also I'm going to touch upon whether doctors should weigh you or whether you should let doctors and other health professionals weigh you in recovery. So I think weighing yourself in recovery is a really bad idea. I mean, in my personal experience, I know that when I've weighed myself, I've always felt worse, especially towards the beginning of recovery, where I went through a phase where if I'd gained weight, I'd feel bad about myself and I'd want to lose weight. If I'd maintained weight, I'd want to lose weight and I'd feel bad about myself. And if I've lost weight, I'd want to lose more weight and I'd feel bad about myself. So whatever the outcome, it wasn't productive for my recovery, which is why I think it's not a good idea. And like more recently, when I've weighed myself, to see that number on the scale go up so dramatically, it really triggered me, which I think isn't good. And obviously part of eating disorder recovery is learning how to deal with triggers, but I believe learning how to deal with triggers more as in like the triggers of society, so people talking about like diets around you and stuff. Behaviours such as weighing yourself or measuring yourself in any way you can avoid and you can stop doing to stop that from being a trigger. And I think that is a really good idea and a good thing to do in recovery, and I know it's hard. I mean, it took me, like when I started recovery almost 2.5 years ago now, I didn't actually stop weighing myself until about 1.5 years in. Yeah. So I know it's hard, but you can do it. Just, first maybe try and go, if you're weighing yourself every day, try and go 2 days, and then 3 days, then 4 days, and then gradually increase it, till you're going, a week, 2 weeks, a month without weighing yourself, and eventually you realise it's not important anymore. You realise that there is so much more to life than the scales, and you realise how dangerous stepping on those scales can be for your mental health once, you stop doing it. I mean, you may try and reassure yourself that it's okay to weigh yourself. Well, I don't think it is. I mean, yeah, okay, if you are honestly mentally strong enough to handle seeing a change in that number, whatever that change may be, without being triggered, then go ahead and weigh yourself. But most people in recovery from anorexia or bulimia or OSFED are not mentally strong enough to handle that number. I mean, most eating disorders, especially anorexia, is so focused on numbers. It's just better to rid them from your life, and by stopping weighing yourself, that is what you are effectively working on achieving. I mean, because the number on the scale doesn't matter, so you have no reason to weigh yourself. I mean, when it comes to doctors weighing you, I'm sort of like have two opinions on this. I think a doctor should weigh you until you're at a healthy weight and you're within the healthy range for like a set amount of time. I think that's perfectly okay. I think maybe blind weighs might help some people so they don't have to see the number themselves, but I know for me blind weighs wouldn't help because, I mean, my doctors seem to be quite triggering anyway, and you can kind of guess, and then they'll leave the room so you can like sneakily look at what the screen says, and that has like your BMI on it and everything. So like, I know blind weighs wouldn't work for me, but for some people blind weighs might work, and I think that might help them deal with gaining. But yeah, once you're at a healthy weight and once you've stayed at a healthy weight for a while, I mean, if you're going to the doctor for some random illness and there is no reason why the doctor should weigh you, then just refuse to be weighed, or maybe ask them why you need to be weighed. Like if it's for like a set dose of medication, then obviously that is necessary, But if it's just, I don't know, to weigh you for fun, then refuse. Just point blank refuse, especially if you know it's going to trigger your eating disorder, which, I mean, every time I've been to the doctor and they've weighed me, I've just like got so panicky because it stresses me out so much. I feel like I'm being judged for my weight, which obviously I'm not, but it feels that way, and the doctor really does seem to judge me for my weight. Like all of the doctors I've seen, it doesn't matter what my weight's been, there's been some sort of like judgment made, and it just doesn't help me. I mean, if you have a nicer doctor, then your experiences with that might be different. Yeah, so I think I've gone off on a bit of a tangent in this video. Anyway, see you in my next video. Bye!